So I welcome you to episode 4 of the introduction of the Betmaster Tool and how it works. And this part 4 is on the simulation function. And we have part 1 in which I explain the idea. In part 2 where I explain the basic mathematics we need. In part 4 how we calculate, how we turn the strength of the teams into expectancies for an upcoming match. Would be here point or goal expectancies depending on the sports we have. And in part 4, which we are into, is the simulation function, how to turn those expectancies into probabilities that we need. In part 5 we have the how we maintain the strength of the team, which is very important to do. And 6th video will be statistical functions to prove we are doing fine. And part 7 would be the results of the Betmaster Tool it produced so far. In the third video we saw how we turn those strength evaluations of the teams into goal expectancies. Let's stick to football, which we take as an example. Other sports it's working similar. We have those goal expectancies for a certain game based on the strength of the team, the home advantage in the league, the goal average in the league, and the individual strength, home strength of this, away strength of this team. So it's a bit complicated, maybe it sounds, but of course we see the results, which is all we need. I've done all the work already, so you don't need to bother. What you may need is to understand or trust, I'm gaining some trust when I explain this all over again. So now we have goal expectancies for a certain game, like 1.75 and 1.24 for the home side and the away side. These goal expectancies, how do we turn these into probabilities, and what more can we do with it? If we turn these with those expectancies into now if we run the simulation, then all the things betting market is offering prices for, referring to this certain match in the sense of what is going to happen goal-wise, not any apart from this other things you can also bet on, but everything that decides the game more or less you can bet on will drop off within the simulation, because if we simulate the game, we can easily say, well, at what was the time they scored, or what was the scoreline at a certain moment, or what was halftime result and final result, or how many goals there had been, and what other kinds of betting, the Asian betting market, or the both teams to score, or one team to win, and how many goals there will be. All of these chances are dropping off while we are simulating. So we can count whatever you ask me to. And we have prices for that, which means this simulation is doing the whole job for us, and it's giving us for everything there is, it's showing us the value bets. And this is of course very pleasant, because we don't need to recalculate anything, or there's a new market, what can we do? Everything is there. So this is very important to understand, first of all. So we compile it all, and even on top of that, which I didn't mention yet, was we have the long-term bets. So we can also, with this function, repeatedly simulating the whole season, we can determine with what probability who's going to be champions, which is also a betting market people are betting on. Anyway, but the simulation is not as simple as you think, or you think at first sight, because those teams, they know the scoreline, so they will adjust their approach, which you can notice if you watch football. They adjust their approach to it. So there's one very important factor, which I call the draw factor, which means you have to determine first, you have to make use of. I've done all that, and so you don't need to bother. All you need is to understand or to trust. And but you wouldn't get there if you would just simulate as if they were playing in separate rooms. That's my comparison, right? They try to score as many as they can, whereby they don't know how many the others have. These two things are correlated, and they adjust their efforts according to the current goal line. And this is very well taken care of. And if you understand, or you trust it, then you understand that those results are really good, and it's actually better than anything I saw so far. And well, that's more or less it. I mean, we have the whole compilation within this simulation. We determine all the prices that betting market, or we can at least. If I didn't do one, then I can easily introduce it, or someone is having a new idea what we can bet on, we can instantly do this as well. Anyway, the simulation is covering everything, also the long-term betting, and we have the true prices or the probabilities for every chance you can bet on at betting market, and they all go along because they are dropping off in the same simulation. We are determining all the chances. 1x2, for example, of course, very obviously. This is the most important market still. So anyway, thanks for watching, and see you soon, and leave a like, comment on it if you have any questions, and keep going. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.